to make sound more bearable. Alright, there we go. We are in Space Engineers. We are testing the new survival update, the public test. If you go to their website, they've got a beta key, and you just have to go into the betas tab on Steam and type it in, and then you'll download a quick patch and it'll pop you in here. So here we are in Space Engineers. Let me know what the audio levels are like and everything, because I haven't streamed like this for a while. I do know one thing, that our stream is healthy, unlike usual, because I'm actually uploading at the right bitrate and things. So let me know if everything's alright. I have the stream chat open over there on my phone, so I can actually see what you're all saying. And I've seen a few bits of gameplay on this, and I did try out a bit on Europa just to make sure everything was working. But I actually want to try out the Moon, because that's the only one that has a rover instead of a drop pod or the space respawn pod. Which, okay, audio good, that's great. We have all of these drop pods for different planets, and they have the new block called the survival kit. It's really cool, and I'll explain all of that in a second. But I think we'll go on the Moon because I think that's cool. So it'll load you in, and then you'll fall from the sky, or at least that's what happens to the drop pod. I don't know if it just spawns you on the ground. I can hear things. Oh, and the game has freaked out. Okay, so it just spawns you on the ground. I don't know if it was flying or what before, but we're on the ground now, so all good. Let's go. Not the fastest rover in the world. We can change those settings in a minute, but we are on the Moon. Cool thing is you can start with the cockpit in this one, which you don't usually have. I do think you have to actually, you can't, like if you break the cockpit, you won't be able to build it up unless you get the research to be able to build it, which, to be honest, I'd prefer to have it in such a way that you'd still be able to fix blocks that are already there, and you just aren't able to build new ones. Or have a system like Grind to Learn, where if you grind it down entirely, you'll actually learn that specific block. But the way they've done it does kind of make sense, so I guess they can't really work around it to allow you to weld up things. Yes, Space Engineers had stopped functioning. The stream delay is a little bit insane, but nothing we can do about that really. I think I've set it to load, so decent speed, so I don't know what's going on with the latency there. Alright, I have to actually change the settings to be live chat instead of top chat, because that's a thing, just in case anyone types something and it just isn't picked up by YouTube. Alright, so I'm just having a look for a good place to set up. I'll probably build a small base and show off all these blocks, so let's see if we can get to the top of this hill and see where we'd like to go. Because there's lots of ice around here. That was one problem with Europa, is you get a bit too much of that and not much stone or anything else really. This has a gyro on it, right? Cool. And we also have a little hydrogen thruster. We can fly. That's quite cool actually. So let's just hover that way, turn that off. That was pretty cool. It's a little respawn rover that they've added, so the other ones are drop pods which just land on the planet with landing gear. This one has wheels because it's the Moon and you need to travel around a bit more, but it's pretty cool because there's a new survival kit, which I'll show you now. Might as well just park here. So the new survival kit is over here, which they've blocked the panel for. So there we go. That's the survival kit. It's a 3x3x3 block on small ship, and it's about the same. Well, it's 1x1 on large ship, but it's pretty cool because it acts as a med bay, and it's linked up to our oxygen generator here, which has oxygen tanks, etc. But you can also use it as a refinery and assembler. So you can craft tools, you can craft basic components. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna see if we can just grab some stone. I don't know if it'll roll off the edge of the hill here, so I guess we'll see if I start up here. So are those going to roll off the edge of the hill, or are they going to stop for me? They look like they might stop, except for that one. So that's quite cool. So I'm just holding an F now, because it's easier. I've disabled my crosshair. I should probably turn it back on quick. And maybe up the music volume a little bit. Game crosshair, or not. There we go. I haven't had that one for a while. So if you throw that in the survival kit, as well as the one steel plate I got from that thing I took apart, we go to production, you can see we can craft ingots, which uses stone and just gives you a whole bunch of basic minerals. You can't produce much of it with that much stone, so one full inventory on a person is 2 lots of ingots, but that's just a whole bunch of raw materials like iron, etc. Alright, that should be all of it. I'm going to try and dig into here and make a little mine. Throw that in there, and that's just going to keep making more of these basic things. So what we can do with that is go into the component section and create certain parts. So I think our first objective will probably be to create a survival kit on the ground over here, but we need power to do so. So let's make a few more steel plates, and we'll create another new block that's come out. Another cool feature is that instead of just not doing this and you have to manually move it, it'll actually just keep going along the queue if it has materials for lows, which I think is an awesome feature that they've added now. Because previously you had to manually move the queue. Eventually, I won't have to run down the hill, because I'll be inside a little mine. So let's just keep going with that. You can still do the right-click mining, but because stone is actually useful now, I'll be doing that less and less. stop falling. Okay, cool. So that's that load in there, and that should just keep creating more iron, and then it'll immediately go to making more steel plates. So while that works, I will start working on a little base. So on a planet with atmosphere, you'd be able to make a wind turbine, but because this is the moon, we can't do such things. We have to create a little hydrogen engine, which is essentially a diesel engine. So there's a few more steel plates. So I'm just going to create a little platform and then see what we need to create one of those diesel engines. Where do all those rocks go? So because it's the moon, my hydrogen will run a lot slower, but we have quite a lot of ice around us, so I'm not too worried about running out of hydrogen. So at the start now, we're doing a lot more mining of stone instead of looking around for materials. And also, you don't have to start with really good things like proper assembler and refining. So it's just a slower starting process, and there's actually a whole progression system with blocks now. So you have to build certain blocks like a basic assembler to get all of this, but then after you've done that, you have to create a proper assembler to get all of these. And then you have to build a battery to get all the things that use batteries. And then you have to build one of these lights to get all of the more complicated things like LCD panels and spotlights. And a beacon to unlock antennas, and doors to unlock hangar doors, which is pretty cool. There's lots of cool things like that now. So for this game's settings, I've left everything on default except for spectator. If I really want to like have a look at some new respawn, or not respawn, random encounters, which should be popping around here and there. Unknown signals are particularly helpful, just because they can give you a few resources that you wouldn't usually have. But instead of having reactors, they now have batteries. Sorry about the audio cut out there. I just alt tab quickly. I'm going to try and stop these from falling down, so I'll start mining downward instead. In there, and it should keep making. Oh, I haven't asked it to do it anymore, so let's just keep doing that. Put those first because I just feel like it. And then we're going to keep getting steel plates. So what I want to create is one of the. Oh, you can't do it yet. You have to create. What do I have to make to have an engine like that? Is it in the assembler one? Assembler to create those. I don't know where it is on the progression tree. Basic refinery to get basic refinery. That makes not the greatest amount of sense. Okay, so we need a hydrogen generator to make a hydrogen engine, which I guess makes sense. And we have one over here. So I'll probably just take that one apart and then put it back together. We do have access to those, right? O2H2, okay. So I'll quickly take it apart. Wait, let's take that out of it first. And then
energy low.
Great. O2H2. Oh, we have a hydrogen engine. Oh, that's because I just took it apart. Or I was just blind before. Either way, I'll quickly put that back in. There we go. And we should have access Dockstream again. Great. So I'm going to build, or at least attempt to build, one of those hydrogen engines and see if we can start generating power on the base. I sit there for longer than I should have. Right, so hydrogen engine. We need steel plates, motors, small steel tubes. We need everything. Fair enough. So generating power without it, we'll probably need a solar panel, or we can't put a basic assembler on here, can we? No. So it's only for large chips. There's a mining carriage out there. I won't try and take any mining carriages yet. I don't think I actually have any weapons yet, do I? I do. Inside the cockpit. So what do I have in here that I can use? I have these thrusters, which I can't use on this planet, so I'm going to take them apart. Actually looks like most of the parts for the hydrogen engine are in these. Almost like they planned it so you could be able to do it with just those. So let's see, hydrogen engine, let's start that. Okay, so we need a lot more steel plates, we need large steel tubes, small steel tubes, power cells. Okay, that's going to be difficult. Maybe we should just start with solar power, but then we still need solar cells. I don't think we can make those yet. How are you supposed to generate power? Okay, we can make solar cells. And do we have small solar panels? By any chance? Okay, I won't do that. Oh, actually, just solar. So, solar panel needs 32 solar cells. Can we build 32 of them? The answer is, well, a few, not 32, but let's start doing that. And our first unknown signal, 2.5 k's away. Let's quickly recharge, throw everything we have away, and fly out there. The reason I couldn't put the grids in there is because I didn't have that basic assembler can't create them, so I can't hold them for whatever reason. I just catapulted myself across the planet. I think I may have achieved a small orbit there. It landed in a crater, that's quite cool. So let's get our special item. Cool. Now let's take it apart. Take those components out there. And this is quite cool because it has quite a few components in it. And the battery, we won't get the power cells, but because it like destroys them when you take them apart, but it's still helpful with all the other components it has. Quite a cool little sunrise over the moon. Okay, there we are. Maybe we should move into this little crater here, although then we won't get as much sun. Is the sun rising or setting? Uh-oh. We may have to follow the sun, because if we're doing solar panels, then may be a problem. Unless it's moving across. Okay, it might be moving across. We can live with that. Okay, so we made a few of those. Let's throw the rest of the stuff we got in there. We can't put those in there because I can't create them. Alright, let's see. Just quickly changing some settings. Alright, so I'm going to try and do my solar panel. I think it's moving across, maybe down as well, so we might have to move location if we are going to try and do solar power generation. Because you need power to create hydrogen, but you need hydrogen to create power unless you're using solar cells. So that's a small problem that I guess we'll have to come to.
Inventory full.
Just on the rock side, been digging out earlier. That's creating a fair amount of stuff for us. Hopefully it can create enough solar cells. Just turn on my light.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Okay, let's throw all of that in there, and then catch the one rock that's floating away. Alright. so we just have to keep creating as much as we can. Okay, so there's a few solar cells. Can we make... what's a solar panel going to use if it's on a small ship? Only 8. Okay, perhaps we can power that if we have a connector. Now, what do connectors use? Connectors require me to build a small cargo container and then one of those. Okay, I should be able to do that, at least with a small grid. So we need interior plates. Those, and those. And now I can build all the things. I still need... so I need to build one of the conveyor things. So let's build a small conveyor. And now I can build a connector. It's actually not a bad place for it. It's mainly just to give it power more than anything else. So I think I needed a few more of those. Steel plates, small steel tubes. I don't have any small steel tubes. How many did I put in the machine that we got using? I'm not sure. Let's see if there's enough. Okay, we only have one. We have quite a few more. What do these have in them? Well, we could settle somewhere, but we need sunlight for power. Alright, so let's quickly charge up. I'll probably be making a video out of this as like a highlight video, so people don't have to watch the whole thing and they can get a basic overview of everything in the update. So I need more small steel tubes. What's in these? What's in an ore detector? What's in a gyroscope? Okay, so the antenna has 1. Let's slowly start heading towards where the sun is. Okay. So we're just kind of trying to follow the sun. I'll get to somewhere where I can settle down. I didn't bring those plates with me. It's only, I think, 8. Shouldn't make too much of a difference. If I end up having like 8 less than I should have later, you can all blame me, but yeah. Maybe I should keep us on a mobile platform. Let's make it a large grid one, so we can do more things. Because how does this generate power? I don't think it does. I know that the space start is probably the easiest one in terms of like getting things ready to go, because you start with everything already. You start with hydrogen engine, you start with a small cargo container on a large grid. So I think you have more value in components when you start in space. Are we catching up to the sun yet? I think it's too fast for us. I can see little slivers of it in the distance, disappearing. Let's see. Can we catch it? If we're flying. Doing my jetpack strategy. I think this is set to override. And there's the sun. We found it. Okay, we're a bit high off the ground though, so once we get to a suitable location I think we'll set up, because all we need is a bit of power in batteries or whatever, and then we can live without it. So I'll leave that off. Let's see if the gravity can catch us. Earth looks quite cool. Mars in the far distance, and then alien planet much further. Just don't want to hit this hill in front of us. Actually, really don't want to hit this hill at that speed. Nor do I want to hit this one. So let's see. There we go. And now let's start slowing us down. This may end badly. I don't think so. Perfect. How good was that? Best landing ever. My phone keeps turning off, so I can't see the chat. Not that anyone's saying much right now. Alright. Oh, wait. So I think we've caught up enough to be able to set up a base. I just want to go a little bit further, maybe into, okay, there's actually quite a lot of interesting terrain, so let's fly over it. I like this plan. This plan is cool. The delay is quite bad. I'm watching it on my phone now. That's a big crater. I think on the other side of this crater will be a good place. So let's start slowing down. Maybe not that much. So we safely landed at a velocity of about 18 meters per second, so that's pretty good. Like, we should be fine if we land now. Yeah. I think... Okay, so there's just a lot of rocky terrain. I might stop here. Put on the brake. Maybe start right here. See what we can make in terms of components. So we have enough for a small ship. So I might try and just build a small ship one for now. So solar panel. Boom. Okay, we need girders and we need those solar cells from in there. I think we can build both of those, so that's good. Yep. Do we need the bulletproof glass? Hope not. The delay's actually not too bad now that I'm looking at it. I just started building on the thing and now I'm done, so let's see. Don't need those, don't need those. I promise I can't store these, so I'll need to use this to store components like that. Now what do I need? Small steel tubes still. So I need to wait for an unknown signal to give me my small steel tubes. Unless I permanently sit this thing down. Leave this as our actual base, but then have it connected up. So let's so I'm going to drive it up onto a platform I'll build quickly. So, quick platform. I'll build out of plates. Then we need more steel plates. So let's build them. And let's go for a quick mining trip down here, because it's a nice place for all the blocks to fall. There we go, you can see my solar panel sitting on top of a hill. I need to load that in there, take those, and then what I think I'll do, I will build down. And then I'll have a platform here for it to sit on and connect to the base. So for now, it'll give the base power. Don't fall down. Oh. Right, so I'll go get that unknown signal. It's in space, isn't it? I guess we're going to space quickly. To space. The moon is small. Earth is big. And we're coming up to the unknown signal. Cool. Did I just bump it? I did just bump it. See if we can get something. Cool. I came all the way up here to get boots, which was onwards. Cool. Canvas for a parachute, that'd be helpful. This one I already took apart. Alright, I think I'll leave it like that. First bit of space debris, I'll leave in space. "45 minutes. I haven't even got power to a base yet. Okay, so there is ice just around the corner. Just walked all the way around. Okay, so we can use those to create our quick platform, which will be where the ship sits. So let's build down, if it'll let me. Perfect. And then across. Let's move up. And then I'll drive it up on there. Come on. I might have to do another layer out. Alright. Let's just quickly and then build those so I can actually drive up onto the platform. Alright. Now I have to be a bit careful so I don't fall off the edge. But I do have that hydrogen engine just in case. Alright, so I just want to line it up so the connector will be able to connect to the base's connector. Let's actually put that down quickly. So that'll go there. Let's put down a cargo container. And then connector. It does look a little bit high, so I might put that one down by 1 block. But that should be fine. I don't think I'll be able to actually building it because we need a lot of small steel tubes. I don't think I have any of those. But I don't think... So these have 2 each, so that's a total of 8, which means I should be able to build this one, but I won't be able to build the other one. So we'll have to see if I can do something else to give the base power for a small assembler. Also, we're running out of sunlight, so let's move this down by 1 block. I think I'll just do a conveyor. And then put that in there. Okay. And then just line it up. And that should be close enough. So I'll take apart some of these wheels, replacing them with blocks. I actually think, what do the hydrogen thrusters have in them? Come on. Let me get to it. Let me get to it. Aye. Come on. Oh dear. I'll take it anyway. I'm going to quickly do a small realignment. Uh-oh. Stream still doing well. Good. Yep, healthy. Alright. So if I replace a wheel, the landing gear, that should work perfectly fine. I just need the large steel tube. Was it a motor? It's a motor, because I have those. Alright. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. So now that's locked down. let's take apart the rest. I have 5 out of 6. The plates. Cool, I built my connector that I can't use for a while, but it'll do. Let's refuel and go to that. See if we can get any small steel tubes. The reason it does that weird like jerking thing where it like pulls the screen, pulls my character down a bit, it's trying to realign with the gravity so it's more realistic in the sense that it's actually going with it. Is this one of those ones that rolls away? Okay, cool. It's not. Let's see. So quite a few cool things, but nothing very useful. No small steel tubes. Thank you getting those. I don't think it's quite useful. Oh cool, I had small steel tubes. That's cool. Alright. So after we've collected more, we should be able to do that. Hopefully I'll be able to build. Let's just keep going with small steel tubes, because once we can get these two connected, everything will be good. Unless we can build enough solar cells to be able to do a large grid one. Then we need a battery and things like that.
Inventory full.
Right, let's pop stuff in there. I don't need these things yet, so oh dear. Let's take the scrap out. What is so heavy? Those. I can store 7 there, can't I? Yeah. Awesome. And why is that yellow? What does yellow mean? Oh. Some more rocks. I think I'll probably end the stream off early and then make a full video once I've got a bit further. Maybe I'll go onto my Europa world and see if I can make a video of that, because it's been an hour now and we haven't really got that much done. I don't think we will, even if we keep going for a while, just because that's kind of the point of the new survival system. It takes a bit longer to get things done, and more progression as you go. Mining all the rest of the stuff here. At least the stream's been less laggy than usual, and a bit more consistent. So I've changed the way I get proper upload speed, and I use a cell phone contract through an internet dongle, but it's never had the best reliability. But now I've changed over to an older one that at least has still got decent speed and connectivity. It just doesn't die, so that's nice.
Inventory full.
Keep doing that. There we go. Let's see. If we take those, as well as... what have we got in here? None. Okay, so I needed 32. What do we got to? Just needs a load of stone. Could probably build a drill. I think that requires a refinery though. Right, well I think I'll end it off there just because it's taking a while and I don't want this to be a very long stream. So maybe after I've collected this unknown signal, I'll end it off. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe for more stuff like this if you're not a frequent viewer of the channel already. And I'll probably have a full video coming out on this by tomorrow afternoon, once I've got to know a few more of the features, because there's quite a lot of cool stuff. The respawn system's been changed, and stuff like that, so... another one of these. Okay, cool. Should we collect the thing first? Didn't get anything anyway. Those are small tubes. There we go. And battery. Just flying across the planet. Here, drop off all the stuff, drop off all the rest. No.
Energy low.
Great. I can show you guys the new system with respawning quickly. What do I have on me other than these? So if I die from this fall, which I think I should, there's no more respawn screen. That's actually a pretty nice way to end it off. How did I not die? It really wants me to. it just automatically respawns me back right here at the survival kit, which is really cool. It respawns you at the nearest medbay or survival kit to where you last died, which means there's no more cheating when it comes to, oh, there's stuff in space I want to fetch, I'm just gonna quickly die and spawn up there. So that's cool. I hope it's an option in case you like have a world that you need to like go between places. Although I guess you can just use spectator cam if you really wanted to. Well, there we go. I think I'll end it off there. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll make a full video on this at some point soon. I'll probably try and get my timings better suited for everyone, because this time it matched more with UK and Australia, but not so much for the Americans, so maybe I'll change it, make it a bit later so everyone can watch it at the same time. So thank you everyone for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.